All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Houston Texans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The four-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
To throw, it's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, Watson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On first down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A shotgun snap for Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Watson underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Watson, and that's complete. It's Ellington. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Come back. Tiger.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get... On 1st and 10, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Come back, come back. Tiger. Come back, come back.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Handoff comes to Lynch. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Lion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Richmond.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
Great.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz. And he's going to go down again. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Black. Rip.
Throwing is Wentz. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Completion left side to Miller. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Watson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Richmond.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Miller, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Texans will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Solid. Here we go. 20. Black, come on.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
Lion.
Wentz now on 1st down. He finds the rookie from South Dakota State, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 22. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Wentz to throw again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Come back.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Richmond. Come back. Richmond.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Derek Barnett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. On 1st down, Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's what...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Wentz. The left side completion to Jones. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. On second down, here's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Come back, come back. Richmond.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Back to throw. Wentz. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And he stopped immediately there. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. 4-6 defense, they were daring them to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the two guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carlos Watkins in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And got his man complete. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last...
Renegade, 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 renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like